In a world where borders fade away, where hearts unite and colors sway, we'll break the chains of greed and strife, embrace the dawn of a new life. No more walls dividing lands, no more clenched fists, no iron hands. We'll build bridges made of love, guided by the stars above. Our anthem sings a symphony of hope that rings from every corner, every shore. We'll rise together forevermore. In this realm without corruption seen, where kindness blooms like gentle rain, we'll sow compassion, reap respect, and end the fractures we neglect. No more wars fueled by greed, no more hunger left to feed. We'll plant seeds of empathy, watch them grow into unity. Harmony by the stars above, find the smiles across miles. Harmony and love, our anthem sings infamy and love forevermore. Let the currency be kindness, let gold or silver's cold caress. Our wealth measured in shared smiles across cultures, across miles. Harmony unbound, our anthem sings a symphony of hope that rings from every corner, every shore. We'll rise together forevermore. So let's tear down the walls that bind and leave the past mistakes behind. In this world without division, strife, we'll dance as one, embracing life. Forevermore, forevermore, forevermore. In this realm without corruption, sing where kindness blooms like gentle rain. We'll sow compassion, reap respect, and end the factors we neglect. Don't let the currency be kindness, not gold or silver's cold caress. Our wealth measured in shared smiles across cultures, across miles, across miles. Forevermore, let the currency be kindness, gold or silver's cold caress.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Welcome to another live stream. I hope that my sound is okay because I have put a microphone. Now let's see. I'm waiting. There was some problems this week. I hope that. Sorry, just a second. Yeah, my throat was. Assalamu alaikum, Miss K. Camera is a bit laggy. I don't know. Let me see. Laggy. I don't know the camera. Maybe okay. All right. Yeah. Maybe because my hand was on the table. The table is moving. How are you, Miss K? Okay, I'll remove my hand. The link is there. How about the sound? Is okay, the sound? Because I have an external microphone. I put this let me see this microphone here, and I don't know how is the sound. Yeah, I'm waiting for people to join. I haven't been preparing anything special now, except talking about previous discussions we have had. I hope that people have questions. We can talk about those questions. I remember Mr. Tree had a question, which I don't remember the verse. Chapter 10 was it? Yeah, because I was reading, and I would like to answer his question. I was reading the entire chapter, many verses before as well. So I would like to, if he joined, I would like to answer his question about. Let me see. What is your opinion about Baathism, Arab socialism? Okay. You mean Baathism is the Baath or something? That Syrian government is also, they are. Unfortunately, they are a bunch of dictators. Okay, they are not socialists. They are a bunch of dictators like Saddam Hussein and Assad, the butcher of Syria. So I don't. I mean, they are just dictators. So they are not socialists. Okay, as a good socialist should think about people and not oppressing them, living in palaces. Okay. Yes. Anyway, for me, as you know, I like socialism as long as it is not forced on people, and taking care of the weak as well, sharing the wealth. Okay, Gaddafi was probably the only actual socialist among. All right, so about Gaddafi as well, I have to say that he was also a dictator because he was sitting in, how do you say it, on the crown for many, many years. No free election. And I met Libyans who were very afraid. So if he was a good man, if he was really a good leader, he wouldn't need to be dictator. Okay, so a good leader give freedom to people to choose, not to dictate from up, okay, over them. So he was a dictator, and he was brought down by people finally, and it became a mess because of his dictatorship. People couldn't, learn and study and have a good alternative. So in the darkness, a lot of things can happen when he create that darkness for the people. So a lot of things can happen, like what happened now, like in Iran also, because of the dictatorship that the previous regime had, the Shah. The revolution people made was a blind revolution, Iranian people, and let me see which case said there was People's Congress with 2,700 members, but there was no any free election. Okay, I know that it was a dictatorship and there was no any free election, and he was sitting on that in the power for too long. Okay, and there was no people couldn't choose him. I know how it works, such a countries. I have been living in such a countries, Miske. Yes, there was no election for the main leader, only local. Yes, the same like in Soviet Union as well. Local election that people even cannot, they are afraid of choosing. Even for sure, I know that in Iran as well, the government choose people and say to the people, choose these people. So it must have been the same. If a leader is a good leader, he will allow people to choose him. Okay, he doesn't, dictate to people that no, I'm sitting here and you cannot choose me. That's dictatorship. That's called dictatorship. Power to the people. People should be able to choose. I'm even against this democracy that exists in the West. It is called indirect democracy, which people choose, but in 4 years they don't have power over the leaders. And like George Bush and Tony Blair can take them to a useless war. So I'm for direct democracy. Okay. In the USSR, elections worked kind of reverse ways. People could only vote for the current one. And if he didn't get enough votes, the central committee replaced him. I don't know how really, because I know that it was an absolute dictatorship. People couldn't even talk. It was a fascism, actually. I met somebody at the airport in Latvia's airport, Riga, and he said that during Soviet Union, he wanted to learn English. Then KGB was questioning him that why you are learning English. So people couldn't, say anything. They were too afraid. Let me see. Microphone is messing up. Really? Sounded robotic. Okay. So let me change then. I don't know why. I wish that somebody was here. So let me change, please. Hello. Okay. Miss Kay, how is it now? Please let me know. I see 7 people are watching, but just Miss Kay writing. Anybody else has a question? Miss Kay, how is the sound now? Should be fine, just a little bit quiet. I don't know what to do right now. Maybe if after people come and join me, and then I can maybe fix this somehow. I wish that Martin was here at least. Martin has left me. Okay, let me see. I'm away from home, but I might join later tonight. Okay. So Martin said that he might join later. He's away from home. All right, then. Hourglass is not here. Hi there. Okay, so anyway, Miss Kay, I wish that Mr. Tree was here also, because I was going to answer his question about a verse of Quran. I hope that you understood. The Soviet Union was, that's why it collapsed. It couldn't continue like that. A real fascism was there. You couldn't say anything. You couldn't even learn a foreign language. I said that the guy at the airport, he was working in Riga airport, and he told me he was going to study English, and KGB was, KGB arrested him and they were asking him, are you going to run away? Why you are learning English? So people didn't have any right, absolutely no right to choose. Everything was decided by KGB and those in power. Yes, so anyway, this Gaddafi also, as I said, if you are democratic, if you are good for people, then you allow people to choose you. You know, you don't sit up there and nobody can change you. Okay, how do you reconcile the concept of divine predestination, qadar, with free will and individual moral responsibility in Islam? This qadar has been misunderstood. There is no predestination in Islam. Okay, everybody, what is it? Everybody decide for themselves, and that's why God has sent us, prophets to guide us to the right path. Okay, qadar is a measurement, is not a predestination. All right, and that measurement is equivalent to a lifetime of a human being, 1,000 months, and that is equivalent to 85 years. Which is an estimated of a human being's lifetime. So that's a second. That qadar is a second, is a measurement of a second. When you decide on that second, and you sacrifice, you live like a human being, you sacrifice for others. All right, that's called qadar, or qadar in Arabic, and that is equivalent to your entire life, because at that moment you decide to live like a human being, okay, which is lead you to heaven. Okay, so that predestination is absolutely doesn't exist in Islam. It's a misunderstanding of the word qadar. It collapsed because the variety among consumer goods increased. People started desiring electronics, consumer equipment, etc. But the planning methods were the same as in no. I have been there, Miss K. I was right after it was even not, it hadn't collapsed. I remember it was 1990. I was in DDR, East Germany. And before that, I was, I was kind of, I was atheist, so I was kind of socialist. I was supporting Soviet Union because of, in Iran, there was a left group that was, was making a lot of propaganda about Soviet Union. Oh, it's like a paradise. And without knowing, we were believing in that. So when I went for the first time to this DDR, I was, absolutely changed my mind totally, okay? Because it was a terrible place they had created for people, a bunch of dictators. If people had the right to choose, they would have voted them out long before. That's why it collapsed, because Gorbachev realized that we cannot keep this dictatorship for longer, longer. Salam alaikum, Mr. Tree. Peace be with you, my brother. Please join. If you would like, I have the answer to that question you had about that verse. Soviet government failed to implement advanced electronics in planning technologies, which would have made things way more efficient, because it was dictatorship and people, they didn't give any opportunity to people to think, okay, to do anything, to produce. Okay, in your debate with Matt Dillahunty, you said Christianity is true. But if we talk that it is true, then it would mean Islam is false because it is a contradiction. Islam is the completion of Christianity. Christianity is not false. Judaism is, if I say Judaism, if a Christian say Judaism is, true, then it doesn't mean that Christianity is false. Understand? So they are completion or completing the previous religion. All right. It doesn't mean that the other one is wrong. No, Islam is the completion of all religion. Okay. Christianity was completing the previous religions, Judaism as well, previous before that. So you have to understand that Islam is also true, Christianity is also true. Quran says Christianity, Judaism. Okay, refer people to their books in your debate. Okay, this one we read. All right, I can join, but interested to hear your answer. Okay, so I can, if you want. I can't join. All right, all right. So about that verse, Quran. If you read before, verses before, Quran is talking about, I think, Prophet Noah and Abraham. Yeah. So it was talking about previous prophets. And Quran say, if you have a doubt about these stories, then ask those before you, like Christian and Jews, okay? Because they have it also. Understand? So it is about those stories. It's not about the entire, because you have to put verses beside each other. You cannot, verses are not contradicting each other. In other parts, Quran says, they say Jesus is Son of God, and Jews say someone else is Son of God, and they are wrong. So Quran call out those, okay, those other verses that are not from God, but these verses that are from God. So Quran, saying about them that if you have any doubt, ask them, because they have it also in their the book. DDR was a Prussian style. I Miss K. Okay, let me read it. Militaristic nation, basically a bumper designed to face the first wave of NATO forces if could war went hot. Miss K, I wasn't only in DDR. I went right away from DDR to, I remember those times, to Czech Republic. Then not long after, I was in, in Latvia, okay? And I met people, I was even in their houses. It was terrible. They were very backward. And it was that time I said that I met that somebody who was working at Riga's airport. He said that he was learning English. KGB arrested him, okay? Because they thought that he's going to run away. So it was exactly after a collapse, Soviet Union's collapse, that I was in those countries. It wasn't just DDR. So it was pure dictatorship. People didn't want it. It was, as I said, I myself, I was thinking that, Soviet Union is because that it was people party, Tudeh party, we call it, had made a lot of propaganda and we were believing in them, okay? Even somebody said, oh, Soviet Union, it's like this, like that, and I was thinking that he's lying. But until I saw it myself, all right? And not only me, I have friends, they were Marxists, and they went also there, and they also were collapsed themselves. They realized that it was terrible, okay? Let me see. Mr. T, okay, but Moses called God Father and Yahweh. But Muslims don't. So I don't agree with your answer because they would contradict the Quran. I say about that verse that you asked me, okay, Mr. Tree, okay, about that verse, Quran is not talking about the entire Torah and Bible. is talking about just those stories about the prophets that Quran says, if you have any doubt about these stories, then ask them. They also have it. Okay, so it is only about that I should answer you. Okay, and other verses, as I say, Quran says that this 9:30, yeah, chapter 9, verse 30, that they say these and they are wrong. Quran say that they are wrong because of saying these things, that Jesus is Son of God. Well, Latvia today has a holiday dedicated to their Waffen SS Legion from World War II, the guys who fought for Hitler. I'm not talking about just this game. I say I'm not just talking about Latvia. I have been even in Russia. Okay, I have seen it was a hell. Okay, it was a hell for people. It was, I think, 91 or 2. I was there in St. Petersburg. All right, and I saw such a hell these dictators had created for workers, for the laborers. I had a hotel, and the hotel was beside a jail, okay, a prison. And every morning I was hearing people shouting because people didn't get, what do you call it, meeting with their loved one. So they should stand outside and shout and talk to some those prisoners through a window. I think they were coming from other cities, and they were not millionaires or bourgeois who were in jail. They were just, low class people, and they had learned this, how do you call it, uh, sign language, because they didn't have, they couldn't meet. I don't know why, but they were doing with hands and talking with hands. And I was thinking that, my God, they don't have even this right. And these people were just a bunch of poor people. They were not capitalists or whatever. So, and the jail was like, from several hundred years back. So that was a hell for people that they had created. I would never like myself to live in such a, terrible condition. And I'm sure that I say my friends, they were Marxists. They also, everything in their mind also collapsed when they went there and so, okay? So unfortunately, we have to see ourselves until then we realize, we learn, okay? All right, let me see. It says, if Muhammad is in doubt about what has been revealed to you, but he would have to go to the Jews and Christians who would contradict him. No, it's about, I said, if you read the verses before, Quran is talking about previous prophets, the stories, and he say, if you have a doubt about these stories, then go and ask them. They also have it. Okay? So it is about those stories. It's not about the entire, book. If you have doubt about, for example, if he has doubt about 9:30, okay, then he has to go and ask them. Okay, yes, you're saying, or there are many things that if I don't want to, bring them up, that Quran doesn't say if you have doubt about stoning adulterers, go and ask them. Quran doesn't say that, Mr. Tree. Okay, Quran talk about just these stories. I agree, it was an authoritarian country. That is a fact. Yes, exactly. That was a fact, that it was not the true Marxism. Marxism says, what is it? Power to the people. People had no power at all. They didn't have a minimum power. Everything was decided from up, from KGB. As I say, you wanted to learn foreign language, you would face, Salam alaikum, brother Sayyid. You would face, yes, and in their stories, it would call God Father. Who would call God Father? Okay, I say, as I read and I understood, it's about what happened to Moses. No, so it was Prophet Abraham and Prophet Noah, as I remember. So it was about their stories. I want to ask no questions. What is that? Juban. Please, there is the link here I put, and you're more than welcome to call in and tell me what you mean with that question. Don't lies. Don't lies. What is don't lies? By the way, what time are you planning to on being here? I'm not planning to be there. Mr. Tree, you're supposed to not to talk about that. Okay? That's something between me and you. We will talk later, please. So let me see. Juban Kora. What is that? Juban Kora, please join if you want. Chapter 5, verse 101. Ask no questions. Ask no questions. What does it mean? Let me check. That's why I didn't mention it. Okay. Sorry, I have to check. What is that? 101. Okay. Yeah, that's not that you never should ask question. Okay, that verse. It's saying that wait. Okay, don't be in a hurry. Wait until we reveal everything slowly, slowly. That's why God didn't send Quran overnight. He sent the Quran, over many, many years, 23 years. So, so God asked them to be patient and don't ask too much. What will happen to this? What will happen that? All right. So it is not about asking. Do not ask question. Quran asks us to to research, to learn. Okay. Is all right. Jew, if you want, that's the link. Please join. Okay. So that's as I said, Quran says that we have to question everything, even ask the pagans, that don't just follow blindly. Read the verse after. Okay, I will read the verse after also. Yeah, it says that wait until don't. Okay, if you read next verse after that, it says God hasn't forbidden this and that. Okay, so it says don't be in a hurry, don't make your own assumption. That's saying that this is forbidden, that's forbidden. Allah hasn't forbidden things, okay, like that. But then again, that country isn't authoritarian. I'm not sure if you heard about it. Recently, Paul was arrested in France for creating an app where people. I know that he was arrested. I do not accept that one. Okay, but because France has done something wrong, it doesn't mean that other dictators are also right that arrest people for their beliefs. People have to be free. All right. So anyway, I know that Gaddafi was better than this current situation. Okay, but it doesn't mean that he, like Iranian king, the former king in Iran, was better than the current regime. But it doesn't mean that he was good. Yeah, he was better than the current regime. Okay, and Gaddafi was better than the current situation in Libya. But it doesn't mean that he was. People need freedom. They need democracy. A dictator up there cannot decide for them. All right. Anybody would like to join? I put again the link. I don't know. Our Glass is not here. I wanted to talk to him about something. Sayed, would you like to join and talk? However, it is good to talk to the chat as well. All right. So I hope that you agree with me, Ms. K, that yes, Gaddafi was better than current situation, but doesn't mean that he was good. He was democratic. No, he was a dictator and a brutal dictator as well. Saddam was also better for Iraq than current situation, but I agree. But my point is that no country and system will ever be. There will be, according to Quran, it will be. Christians are kind of right when they say we live in broken world. So worldly solutions are also bound to imperfect. No, sorry. I believe, and it is written in the Quran, that finally, Quran says, my righteous people will rule and inherit the planet. So righteous people are those who, spread love, sorry, and everything is run by love, by sharing everything with each other. So that's the purpose that we are created. We are not condemned to this situation forever. So be sure that it is a kind of impossible, yeah. But be sure that it will happen. Sorry, my throat. Yes. So according to Quran, it will happen. And Abrahamic religion, we all believe in a Messiah. Christians believe in Jesus. I think he will come. Yeah, Mr. Tree. They believe that Jesus will come and fix everything. What is it? Jews, they believe in a Messiah, that he will come and fix everything. Muslims believe in Mahdi, but I don't believe that anybody will come. I believe that we will finally become righteous. Finally, we'll realize that we have to live equal. We have to share everything with each other. And finally, we live in peace and no border, equal, no rich, no poor. That's what the Mecca is about. Everybody are equal, and we prostrate towards equality 5 times a day. Yes, people don't understand it yet, but this is what I'm trying to do, to teach them, to wake them up, and yeah, show, teach them that what that means, and why we ask every day, show me the right way. The right way is equality. And it might happen one day, but how many trees will be chopped down before we realize the forest needs to be saved? I know it might take hundreds of years, 1,000 years, I don't know, but eventually it's going to happen. I don't even believe that the Third World War starts, the world will get destroyed. Because if it happens, then God was wrong. Because when the angels said, why you create this creature that is going to create corruption in the land, he said, I know something that you don't know. So if it doesn't happen, Miss Kay, if that word, that beautiful equal word doesn't happen, then he was wrong and angels were right. All right. But he said to angels, I know something that you don't know. And I see that. Okay. I believe in that it's going to happen, because creation had a purpose. And the purpose was that, that we come to this world like animals, but we learn to live like humans and die like humans by his guidance. All right. Through his guidance, we uh, we learn to live like humans and die like humans. And human is not a form, human is a way of life. Okay. So in that system, human system, we will we will live in that human system, and we all share everything with each other. As long as this satanic system rule the planet, yes, there will be problem. And that's why God wants us to fight this satanic system, which make us like zombies. Why tonight nobody want to join? I don't know. Unfortunately, when Martin is not here, I put the link once again. If anybody would like to join. Mr. Tree, okay, you said you cannot join. Ms. K, my prediction is capitalism will lead to depleted resources and climate crisis, and that will result in one more world war. And after that, the remnants of humanity will be forced to make better society. I don't think so. Okay, because the next world war, will be kind of total destruction. If it happens, it will be the total destruction, and I don't think that would happen. Uh, you know, for example, 100 years ago, or not even 100 years ago, less. Yeah, how was Europe, and how is today, Ms. K? They have opened their borders. They have joined this European Union. Sorry. The entire planet will slowly go towards that. Okay. So that's my prediction, and that's my belief, that we slowly, especially with this, today's technology. We talk to each other, so the development will go faster. All right. I don't know if nobody want to join, and there is no more questions. Maybe I have to end the stream. What do you think, everybody? If Hourglass was here, I wanted to talk to him about something, and of course Martin as well. But none of them are here. All right, so nobody would like to join? Anybody has a question? Okay. I think I will end up the, okay, let me see. In fact, climate mass migrations and conflicts are predicted by scientists to start in less than 50 years from now. I recommend good video. No core is that. We want fix climate change by it. We want fix climate change. All right. All right, I will try to check. But as I said, this is my belief that things will go better. we realize they are trying to fix it. Okay, it will go up, down, but eventually will go towards better days. And okay, but maybe there will be some major problem, but finally we will fix it. All right, people are waking up. This communication is a key, fact that we will learn, and we will stop these problems. We will fix them. More countries become democratic, slowly. All right, they will eventually get better, but as always in history, things have to get worse before. Yeah, I say it will not be so terrible that I don't know. There is no. It is not possible to live on this planet. So we will finally live in a peaceful world. Yeah, an equal world, according Quran. That's the decision that God has made. All right, so I think I will end the stream today because not so many questions, and yes, I don't want to make it boring. So another time, I don't know how about next week, if I will be live next week, because I have to do something I'm not available. Even the Bible predicts a terrible apocalypse before God finally sets the world in order. God is not going to put anything in order. We are going to do. Okay. Yeah, good to see you too. Adam. Hello, Adam. If you have any question, otherwise I'm going to, because there are not so any, I mean, nobody's interested to join tonight. So, all right, Baji, next week. Yes. See you next week. Adam as well, thank you for being here. But if you have a question, you can put it, I will answer. But otherwise, I was thinking to end the stream because nobody is here to join and have a discussion. All right. Next week I will be busy. Okay. So sorry, no question, no problem, my brother Adam. I don't know if you're a brother or sister, but anyway. All right. So before we go, yeah, thank you for being here. I'm sorry that tonight people were not here to join, so that we have a good discussion. It was just some question. All right. So take care, everybody. Love you all. God bless you all. Thank you. Bye.